Political analyst and Democratic strategist Cornell Belcher and former Republican Congressman of Pennsylvania, Charlie Dent.
Cornell, you know how you know?
I don't know where he's going.
Excited for it, though.
This is a load of crock.
How's that?
Because if the good Governor Landry had such a problem in New Orleans or Shreveport, what the hell have you been doing all this time as governor?
Right.
Is the National Guard under his purview?
And the National Guard is under his purview. So why do you need Donald Trump to come into your state to get the National Guard to deal with your crime problem? And if that's the case, then why the hell are you governor? Because you haven't done the job. You've allowed this to fester under your watch. And you're so incompetent at this point that you need the help of the President of the United States to validate your incompetency. So I don't understand. Help me understand what I'm missing, because as a former lieutenant governor of a state, I know damn well that if it's happening on my watch in Baltimore or Prince George's County, Anne Arundel County, that's on us. And if we're calling the president to come in, then we really messed some stuff up.
Yeah. Well, I think you're on to something, but I don't think it's about crime, right? If you
no, it's not about crime.
I don't think it's about crime. Newsflash, I don't think it's about crime. Look, if you look at, this is classic politics, right? If you look at the Wall Street Journal poll that was out just, yesterday. Wall Street Journal, not necessarily a bastion of liberalism, right? Their poll finds stunning economic angst happening in this country, where more and more Americans are thinking the American dream is moving away from them. They think the economy is growing worse, not necessarily better. And they're thinking that the leaders in Washington actually aren't perhaps up for the job, right? So the economic angst is growing. People are really concerned about the economy. And this was someone who was supposed to fix the economy overnight. So the economy is going wrong. Let me change the subject.
Right.
Let me go back to what is tried and true in this country since this country was founded, and let's pull out boogeymen to scare people and change the subject, because and nothing works more effectively as a boogeyman than the specter of black crime in urban America.
Well, this is very true.
And in his case, black crime with the companion of immigration.
With the companion of immigration. And I mean, I think that's the point for me, Charlie. One, we have long since said at this table that Donald Trump is going to start by targeting black mayors in Democratic states that have Democratic governors, but it's not going to stop there. Like, the mayor of Shreveport, Louisiana, is actually a Republican. At one point, he was a Democrat, but like a different mayor, right? So it's switched back and forth. But I do think that Donald Trump is kind of treating the National Guard as like his own police force, and you couple that with what they have done with ICE, injecting billions of dollars into their budget. HSI, the vests that people see here in Washington, D.C., that they saw in Louisiana, that they saw in L.A., that they may see in Louisiana, that they're probably going to see in Chicago, those HSI vests, that's Homeland Security investigations, coupled with some ICE people. Who do they really work for, and what do they really do? So I do think that this is a pretext for his authoritarian overreach, because I really just think this is all about the election. Because what Cornell is saying about the economy is right. People are very unhappy, but maybe I have it wrong.
Well, the politics of this is all scrambled. I have never met a mayor. I represented an urban area as a Republican, the city of Allentown, Bethlehem. And every mayor, everyone, they wanted federal support for law enforcement. They didn't want the National Guard to come in, but they wanted the COPS grants funded. And I was in a minority of House Republicans who supported the COPS grants. Many of my Republican colleagues were wanting to cut the COPS grants. And because the Republican argument at the time by many was, law enforcement is a state and local function, not a federal function. But the truth is, mayors around the country for years, and some governors, have wanted more federal support for good reason.
Yeah, they want the money.
Yeah, I mean, even in D.C., okay, where arguably the president has some authority to deploy the Guard, the mayor's been a little bit more muted here because carjackings are down. Maybe we're going to learn something, but I don't know. This is a totally. I'm concerned about posse comitatus out in L.A. I mean, deploying the Marines. Well, I can see why a judge found that to be unlawful. It's a violation of posse comitatus. So we're in a really strange place. But as Michael pointed out, most mayors are not going to want to, or governors are going to want to deploy the Guard because they're going to acknowledge that maybe they haven't been able to manage things on their own. You know,
Right.
these mayors, they don't want to admit failure.
And the
but we
mayor-
have a crime
and the-
problem in a lot of places.
But
the
also,
mayor
wait,
should-
the Guard, though, the Guard is not trained to do crime prevention, and they're not police.